You got the little
Yeah.
12-year-old. She's like a bird. And then as a mom, you have to cook for them and cook for you and cook for the husband. You know, I know when they look at you, do you look at your dinner and say like, "Mom, we don't want to touch that. You can have that."
To be my poor children have kind of got used to me eating out of tubs. So they'll have I cook lasagna or roast dinner and they'll sit at the table and eat. And there's me sort of sat at the table with my food in a tub. So just kind of got used to it, to be honest with you. But my eldest son, because I'll do my food prep for the week and it'll be in the fridge. And he'll say, "Oh, Mum, do you mind?" And I'm like, "That's okay. You can have one of my chicken and rices or whatever." So yeah, so they kind of will eat. They will eat some of the things that I eat, no problem at all, no problem.
That's good. I know I have some parents that said that, and others say, "Nah, they don't want to touch it because no one wants to eat dry chicken, broccoli, and rice." Kids they kind of like. I know as a kid, I used to like the good stuff like chicken nuggets, and I still eat it today. I'm a grown man. I still eat it because sometimes I'm bored. I mean, it's food again is both a weapon and a tool for a bodybuilder. It's about the right foods, the right
Mm.
diet. Everything is involved in the sport. Like your posing, is you have a posing coach, or does Romana does that too?
Romana does that too. Um, I have worked a little bit with another coach. Just she's just kind of starting out her own little posing sideline, if that makes sense. So she's been pretty nice. She's been around the gym and she's kind of pointing some stuff. So she's practicing on me, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the posing was like I said. Now I'm okay, but posing for me was very difficult in the beginning. Very, very difficult in the beginning. I spent a lot of money on lessons and coaches for posing because I really struggled with posing, really struggled. It just wasn't natural to me. And then if you change your federation and you change your category, the posing changes. So it's different again. So yeah. But
So
Romana, she's my go-to, obviously, because she's my coach.
she's your hero, your shero.
She is my hero. She is
Yes,
my hero.
yeah. Can I be your hero, baby? Can I take away the pain?
So there's a lot of pressure on me. I've got to perform now for my coach.
Well, that's the thing is that's a part of the sport. There is that pressure. There is
Yeah.
this sport. As I said again, this sport can be a lot psychologically and physically on anybody, especially on women. It's just doing this content and hearing your lady stories. Everybody has the different experiences, and sometimes it takes a lot to do this. To get up in the morning, do what you do, take care of your kids, work, be a mom, be a teacher, and then find time to go work out and train. Like, during the
Mm.
pandemic, gyms were closed. I think a lot of competitors, the gym is their church, their therapy, the place they go. It gives them a good feeling. Like a few years ago, I was like, after taking my mom for a long time, I was almost 500 pounds. And
Wow.
then when she passed, it was time for me to take care of myself. I had, I decided to do little stuff and then around the house. Then I go to the gym and worked out. I have some issues now because I got two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin with arthritis. I do try to eat a little smaller, but like I said, today I ordered a pizza. And I was just, but I try to, eat, a little more healthier if I can. It's just something about when you like, especially as we talk about, you love cake, like, after your last
Exactly.
show, Lizzie, what was that thing that you wanted the most, especially after that prep and that you're tired and you get off the stage, you look around in your eye. I want food. What was that thing that you desired the most? Tell me.
Krispy Kremes,
You have that in the
donuts.
UK? You have that in the UK?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, oh. Yeah, yeah. The nearest
yeah.
you.
Krispy Kremes. They're not many around. There's not many around. So you either have to go to a supermarket. Well, they kind of batch them out to the supermarket, and then you can buy it off a little counter stand. But it's the bog standard selection pack. 12 donuts. Or you'll find the little there's the odd store here and there that have the Krispy Kremes, but then they're not. Yeah, they're hard to get hold of.
Well, I know we also have grocery stores here in the United States, but America is. They used where I used to. There's a place. It's a town next over. My sister lives there. My nephew. It's called Fayetteville. It's one of our biggest towns. It's a military town, and there's a Krispy Kreme store. I remember my brother was living there, and one day I was visiting him. We were sitting around. He was gonna go out and give himself a beer or some stuff. He said, "I'm about to go out." I said, "Yeah, okay, cool. You want me to get you something? I'm all right. I might walk past the Krispy Kreme. Okay, give me a couple of donuts and a milk. I'm okay." So yeah, and I tell you the truth, yeah, I mean, I like sweets. I mean, I should have back. Oh yeah, I'm a sweet kid. I used to remember this lady I used to go up with. She called me. My mom called her. She called her sweet lady and called me the meat man because I was little. I was like, I always like meat. But that's the thing about it. Food is part of the process. And again, people go
Yeah,
back to the use of, the use of power, like pigs and like that. But again, if you're not consistent, you don't follow a diet, you don't train, you don't
yeah,
work out, it doesn't matter what magic pill you pop in your mouth. If you don't follow the regimen, the diet, and the training, you're not going to look like the top level competitor or even just the best version of yourself.
yeah. You're not, and a lot of people they don't understand that, or they do it for like maybe a month or two. They're like, oh yeah, I do know. I've eaten well. I'm eating the chicken and rice, and I'm getting my protein, and blah blah blah. And you're like, okay, well, are you going to the gym consistently? Are you? And then they give up. They look good for a holiday, then they give up. So that's really common. I know a lot of guys that will come to the gym to look good for a holiday. They'll come to the gym for a couple of months, look good for holiday, then you won't see them again for a couple of months, and then they'll come back again. And you're like, well, you're just going around in circles, aren't you, really? But yeah,
Mhm.
it is tough. It is tough.
Mm, yeah, because I know we it happens here in the states, like especially just New Year's around the corner. Everybody do the resolutions, and the gym gets filled up, and then by
Yeah,
March it gets thinned out. I mean, people, but the thing is, you shouldn't have to wait to your New Year's resolution. You can start like whenever you feel like you're ready. And the thing is, you have to be this. I know one thing. I'm not that disciplined. I'm kind of but
yeah,
you have to understand that it takes more than just going to the gym a few hours of a day. You have to follow the guidelines. If you have a coach or a trainer, if you're just somebody who's just starting out, you work at your
yeah,
own pace. You don't have to be like the guy next to you who's doing, maybe 20 kilos on a machine. You can start out, small. Work your process. That's what I was doing. I was doing this bit by bit, slow but surely. Again, my situation because I had some medical issues and they sidelined me for a good while. And then plus I had a car, and then my car broke down on me. And where I live out in the country. I live out in the boonies. It's hard to get around. You don't have a car.
wow. That is tough. That is
Yeah,
tough. Yeah,
yeah, it's tough. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really
yeah,
tough.
yeah. So yeah, but again, what do you feel as a woman in sport that really drives you? I mean, especially the all that's involved in it, the work, the diet, consistency, responsibility. What really drives you to be in the sport?
For me, it's personal. I love the process of building muscle and being in prep. I like to see the work that I've put in. I like to see how far I can push myself mentally because it is a mental game. We're doing the cardio and being hungry and sticking to the plan and like what I said, like, going on stage, it's that kind of that mental, not torture, happy torture that I put myself through because I like to see how far I can push myself as a human. That's what does it for me. That's what keeps me going.
That's good. That's thing. Everybody has that thing that drives them, especially in
Mm.
bodybuilding, because bodybuilding is not a typical sport. It's not like soccer or football or
Yeah,
basketball. It's a fringe sport, and that's one thing about it because such a fringe sport, it just gets a lot of popular attention.
yeah,
And when you put into work and understand the facts that's involved in it, to grow as an athlete, there's no easy plan. Nothing's ever easy if you want it.
no, no. And it is bodybuilding is it's a solo sport. It's a solo sport. And if you don't, it all comes down to you. If you don't if you don't personally put the work in, you've got a coach that can tell you what to eat and how to train and how to pose and that. But if you don't actually do it yourself, you're not going to get the results. So it does come down on you at the end of the day. You can have a football team and one terrible player in the team, but the team might still win the game. But with bodybuilding, it doesn't work like that. So it is quite a solo. It's quite a solo sport in that respect. It all comes down to you.
hmm The thing, you still have a team back here, like you have Romana, you got your family that supports you.
Mm.
Yes, you're alone in that stage, but as long as you have people in your corner. Like I said again, I have known people who told me that they lost family and friends because the sport can take a lot of their
Oh yeah,
personal life. Things change because you're doing something again that's not considered the norm in society.
mm. Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. But you could have the best coach in the world, but if you can't get your butt out of bed in the morning to go and do the cardio, you're not going to get anywhere, are you? Really? That's the problem. It comes down to you at the end of the day. Like you said, like the nutrition, and I love cake. I have children, have the birthdays. I make a lot of cakes as well, and I'm not eating it, and it's that kind of that willpower and that drive to go, okay, right, no, yeah, cake is nice. I just can't have it this time around.
Yeah.
So
It's like having addiction. Like you like New Jack City with Chris Rock. Pookie said, "If you calling me man, be calling my name. That cake it smells good, it smells sweet. It's milk in my mouth, man." But again, if you
yeah,
eat that cake, it messes up your plan because you want to go on that stage. You want to look your best shape. And again, people
yeah,
don't understand that when we see our competitors, we see these bodies and these great meets and competition, buffed, oiled, tan on the stage, but don't understand the dehydration, the tired, the hungry, the work, the
yeah,
consistency, the discipline, and not so much about motivation. Motivation can change with the win, but being disciplined, sticking to a plan, not getting sideways. And then that's good that when you're there, then your family's there to support you, like your husband, your kids, say, "Hey, that's our mom, that's my wife." But then you have the guy on the other side say, "Who's that big blonde with the muscles? Hey, that's my wife, bud. That's my wife, mate."
well, to be honest, not really my children think it's weird still, so they're not going, yay, mum.
Shut up. That's your mama. You're supposed to go, "Yay, mom. This is what you
Yeah,
like,
mum.
mom." Yeah, yeah. Because you know what? That's the thing is children, but again, is you are their mother. If
Yeah, I
anything,
mean
they want.
the youngest one was quite interested because she, like being a girly girl, it was kind of like, "Ooh, what does your bikini look like? You wear sparkly earrings." She was more keen. She was like, "I want to see what you look like." So that was cute. That was
Yeah.
cute.
You got two boys. You're like, somebody say, "Hey, we was here just hanging out with your son." Say, "Hey, Miss Genese." Yeah, you say, "Hey, don't you look at my mom like that." Look at my mom like that. Say, "Hey, I saw you take that refrigerator." I mean, she's just like so strong. I mean, she's like, I feel in love. Hey, stop it, dude, calm
Yeah.
down.
Well, my eldest son. Well, my two boys did come to the gym with me. My eldest son comes all the time. He's regular at the gym, and he just ignores me half the time I'm there. I said, "Come train with your mum." He's like, "No, it's embarrassing."
You might feel get bit blowed out on the weight. Say, like, hey, dude, your mom's stronger than you. So, hey, but you're still a boy. You're still growing. You haven't got your.
Actually, he's stronger than me now.
Well, guess what?
Not on everything, not on everything, but he's a big boy. Yeah. But I'm proud. I'm like a proud mum. I'm like, you see that big lad over there? They're like, yeah. I'm like, that's my son. It's my son. He's there like,
We
it's
just think
great.
we ever think about getting to does he do sports and you ever think about doing bodybuilding himself?
He's not interested. He's not interested at all. None of them are. My middle son, he wanted. They were both boxed anyway. They both were boxers. Kind of fallen out of love with that a little bit, but he goes to the gym. He just likes to be strong. He's got no interest in bodybuilding whatsoever, which is fine with me. I just love that he the same as me. He goes, he really enjoys lifting weights, makes him feel great. He loves being strong, and it's keeping him healthy, and that's enough for me.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's all should matter. That he's found something that helps him in his process, especially at the age where he's growing into, from a child to a teenager to adult. And he found good healthy habits. He's learning from his mother. Both your boys
yeah,
and your little girl, you're learning some healthy habits because
yeah,
most children be easy persuade when you smell a nice piece of cake or a pizza, or your friends are going out getting
yeah,
fish and chips. But it's good that he's found something that he likes. You never know. Like I said, children often change their minds. Sometimes they're
yeah.
kind of funny
And
about it.
and little things like we were saying about the food is now they kind of understand. So when I say, "Oh, mummy, I'm not on a diet. Mummy's on a comp, or I have a comp coming up, or I'm on prep, or I'm on a bulk, for example." So they kind of understand. They have an understanding, so they're not, "Oh, mummy's on a diet." I'm like, "No, I'm not on a diet." So that's really nice. And they see me eating, the same thing for breakfast. They see me having the oats. They see me having the whey protein. They see me having the chicken and the rice, and they're like, "Oh, what are you cooking now?" "Oh, now you're having fish." And so for them, I think it's really good. And like I said, now and then they will have my meals because they just want them. I'm like, "Yes, help yourself. It's fine. Just don't eat all my food in the fridge.
That's the thing about
I
children.
need some for myself."
Once they get something in their tongue, they just like yeah, yeah. But so
I'm like, "Do you want it because you want it, or do you want it because it's mine?"
I think it's either way. Children kind of funny again. So, folks, we're not going to hold her much too longer. She took some time out with me. It's very late for her over in the UK, while it's still in the
It is.
afternoon for
It's my
me.
bedtime nearly.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I don't want to hold it too longer. So one thing I would ask you guys out there who do follow these ladies, who do support, like I said, the links in live stream, you can reach in, if you want interest in supporting someone like Lizzie, reach out with genuine interest. Don't be that weird guy. Say, hey, Lizzie, I seen you. You like that red hair you had, If I do a favor for you, no, you sick freak. No, this is what you do. You post this um, Mrs. Genese, we are interested in your story, being a mother, being an educator, being a wife, your dedication to sport. We are a company who love to help you as a bodybuilder find your way, helping your process, sponsor your next competition. So if you're interested in being part as a brand ambassador of our company, and we have a plan set for you, help you in your process, we will happily offer you an opportunity. So would you be interested in that, madam?
100%. Thank you very
Or
much.
I
All
like
pictures of cake.
picture we see some like little cakes like like on the Z-Rock and seeing that. But yeah, so you just want cake? That's cool. We got it. You don't have to put too much money.
Just give me the
But
cake.
but that's the thing is I wish I could do something like that. I wish that's why I ask guys who are out there who are fans of these ladies who want to see them evolve and grow in this sport. The opportunities
Mm,
because the season's about to end, folks. A few shows and it's tough, especially over in Europe where there's so few opportunities for pro qualifiers.
yeah,
And you have to go either
100%. There's not
yeah,
enough. It's not enough. And there's not enough of us, and this is why we're going and doing these other shows in different countries. So
yeah. You have to
yeah, it's
you
tough.
sometimes like a friend tell me sometimes you have to steal from Peter to pay Paul.